Hey, what's up, guys? It's crazy to me that I'm making this video right now, but I am going to be moving to Colombia. And I'm doing it soon, too. I'm doing it in about a week from when I'm recording this. I've got a one-way ticket to Bucaramanga, Colombia, and I'm going to be living there right now. I'm planning for 3 to 6 months. So there's a couple things I want to talk about in this video. Number one, I want to talk about why I'm making this decision. Number two, I want to talk about why I chose Colombia. And number three, I want to talk about what my plans are for while I'm there. So, why did I make this decision? There's a couple of reasons. I think the biggest one would be for literally years now, I've been wanting to become a digital nomad. And a digital nomad is pretty much where you work remotely, you work from your computer, and you just live in different places. You know, you don't have to be, if you have a job where you can work from anywhere in the world, why not? You know, so what I'm going to be doing, I started an online business about a month and a half ago, and it's going not only really well, it's actually going a lot better than I expected or honestly could have even imagined. But it's definitely going to give me enough to be able to travel. I'm thinking right now for at least a couple of years. So I want to go to a country where the cost of living is low and make, money that would be enough to live in America and just save the difference, The money that I'm expecting to be spending, like my projected budget right now in Colombia, is about $500 per month. That's not including any of the big excursions that I'm going to be talking about later in the video when I talk about like how much money or like what I'm actually going to be doing there, but just base expenses, rent, groceries, going out to restaurants, paying for a membership to like a rock climbing gym. I'm projecting about $500 per month, and my girlfriend is living in Bucaramanga right now, and she says that's a pretty accurate projection. So the biggest reason is to save money and to start building up financial security. But while I'm doing that, why not have some fun? So I guess that's the biggest reason. Let's talk about why I chose Colombia. So Colombia actually wasn't in my plans at all. That's actually a really recent addition. My original plans was I was going to get out of the military, which I did. Then that day I was going to start a road trip across America and hit all 48 states in the U.S. and all national parks. I skipped a couple states because they're definitely not worth going to. It wouldn't have been worth adding a day. Iowa, I think Nebraska. There's like 4 or 5 states that I could skip. But I did hit every single national park in the U.S. besides 4 because they were closed due to COVID. I'm going to loop back around and hit those 4 at some point in my life. I'm not sure when. But after that, my plan was to go to Thailand and the Philippines. Those still are my plans. I'm not sure when. I think maybe in 2021 or 2022 at the latest. I'm going to go spend 3 to 6 months in each of those countries. But I got a girlfriend who is from Colombia, and her visa in America expired, so she had to go back there. And I thought it would just be fun to go to Colombia since I've got a guide who knows a lot about the country. She speaks Spanish, so she could translate, and she could just show me all the local stuff. So, I'm kind of going to pause Thailand and I'm going to pause the Philippines. I'll do those later. Right now, I think would be the best time to go to Colombia. And it's cheap. It's just as cheap as Thailand, and it's just as cheap as the Philippines. And maybe while I'm in Colombia, I'll check out, even some stuff that aren't in Colombia, like the Amazon rainforest, well, it kind of is. But Patagonia, maybe go to Rio de Janeiro. They're all really close, and I've got enough credit card points to where I could fly both of us to them for free pretty much. So I guess that's the big reason why I'm going to Colombia, or at least why I chose Colombia. But then after that, I don't know where I was going with that. I got distracted. Let's talk about what I'm going to do when I'm there. So I've got 3 goals for 2021. The first 2 I'll talk about in later videos. They're related to the business. But the third goal is related to just trying to enjoy life. So my goal is to do every extreme sport in 2021 with two notable exceptions. The first one is base jumping, and the second one is wingsuiting. I've got around 70 skydives right now, but I'm not fully confident in like my skydiving abilities. And before you throw on a wingsuit or before you jump off a bridge, you really need to know what you're doing. So I'm gonna push those two. Although I am gonna do them, I'm gonna push those a little bit later, maybe 2022. But the first thing I'm going to be doing some skydiving. I just bought an entire parachute rig, a main parachute, reserve, the harness container. I've got all of it, so now I can finally actually skydive for cheap. The prices in Colombia are pretty similar to the prices in America. It's about $25 per skydive. But since I've got my own gear, I don't have to rent gear anymore, which was $50 per jump to $100 per day. So now that I've got my own gear, I can do that for a lot cheaper. Another thing that I want to double down on that I've started is scuba diving. I think I've got like 12, maybe 15 scuba dives, and every time I do it, it's so much fucking fun. And it is a little bit expensive, but there's a ton of great places in Colombia to do it. Whereas when I was living in San Francisco, Monterey kind of sucks for scuba diving. I know there's a lot of people that like it. I thought it was lame, and having to wear like a really big semi-dry suit, I wasn't into it. I want to just wear some board shorts and a buoyancy controller. That's what I want to do with scuba diving. The third thing, and I'm really excited about this one because we're actually going to go outdoors. I'm going to get into rock climbing. Really excited about getting into rock climbing. I've done a really decent amount of indoor rock climbing. That was pretty much where I lived in San Francisco, was an indoor rock climbing gym. That's where I showered, every single shower that I had. In Colombia, we're actually going to go outdoors, and we're going to have some of my girlfriend's friends. They know how to climb. They can show me the ropes. There's a ton of really good spots to do it. And in Bucaramanga, there's going to be a rock climbing gym that we're going to go to, and we can meet other climbers. So I'm really excited about that. But I think the thing I'm most excited about is trying the extreme sports, or maybe action sports. I don't know what you want to call them, but just the really like fun activities that I haven't tried yet. So bungee jumping. The tallest bungee jump in South America is in Colombia. So we're going to go to that. She's not going to do it with me. She's afraid I'm going to change her mind. Rappelling, I think, is similar to rock climbing, but kind of just going down, not really going up. Surfing. I've been wanting to try surfing for so long. I just never really have lived near a coast besides San Francisco, and you don't want to surf in San Francisco. Maybe Santa Cruz, but not San Francisco. Zip lining. This is something I've been wanting to try for so long. Like, just all the things that I've been wanting to do, I can do them all in Colombia, and it's going to be so fucking cheap. Like, I'm so excited for it. Whitewater river rafting. This is something that I wanted to do this year in either West Virginia or in Colorado, but with COVID's regulations on social distancing and with just how expensive it was and the low budget that I was on, I couldn't really do it. But in Colombia, I think it's probably going to be something egregious, like $2 to try it out. Hang gliding. I don't know why I want to fly, but this just seems like something that maybe I won't necessarily get into. Like, I'll be doing it a couple times a month, but I definitely want to just try it at least once. Another thing similar to that is paragliding. And I think paragliding actually helps you with your skills in skydiving. I've heard that from a couple skydivers that, the skills kind of transfer over, and I hope it does. Because I definitely need to be better at skydiving, because right now I'm not good at it. Even though I have 70 jumps, I kind of don't know how to stop the parachute on my landing yet. Then the last thing, and I did a little bit of this year, but because of COVID, you can't really do anything cave-related. Splunking, which is just like cave exploration. This kind of, to me, feels like the final frontier. Like, it feels like it's one of the only things you can do where you're exploring things that haven't been explored yet. And I know you're exploring caves that have been explored already, but just, it being so dark and you've got like a flashlight on your head, not like a headlamp, but like a legit like this big flashlight. Like, I don't know, to me it just seems so fun. And just looking at the different like geological structures, I think they're called like stalagmites and stalactites. I forget what the overarching name for those are. But just seeing those, it just looks so cool. And they're also really fragile, which is cool to be around things that could break just by touching them. But that's about it for the things that I want to do while I'm there. One thing that I'm going to be really conscious of is finding the balance between work and play, because I want to do a lot of work while I'm there and work on growing the online business that I'm working on. But I also want to make sure not to just be working. So I'm going to figure out what situation works best for me. I'm thinking maybe 2 to 3 days of work, and then 2 to 3 days of play. But I'll figure that out when I get there. All right, and one more thing that I want to talk about before I end this video. I want to talk about some changes that I'm going to be making to the channel. I'm trying to get better at being authentic in front of camera, and I think with this video I did a lot better job than I normally do. But I'm trying to have my YouTube channel and also my podcast be as authentic of a representation of who I am as possible. I want my YouTube channel to be like we're hanging out, and I don't want to like if you're viewing my channel, I want you to see who I actually am and not like a fake persona that I think is really easy to do when you've got a camera recording you. So the videos that I'm going to start making going forward, I'm still going to try to make some adventure videos and see if I like doing it. But what I think I'm going to shift a lot more to is videos more like this, where instead of showing the adventures that I'm going on, really just have a camera and a ring light and a microphone and just kind of talk about my experiences having the adventures. And also want to talk about my experiences, or just like my thoughts. And also, I think I'm going to talk about how to make some money online and help other people to where if they want to become a digital nomad as well, they can. So that's what I got coming up on the channel. If you want to watch it live, I'm going to be posting videos every day to my story on my Instagram and also my Facebook. I'll leave a link to that in the description if you want to follow me. If you are still watching, I appreciate it, because this is a completely different style of video. But expect more kind of videos like this. So if you want to see more of them, hit the subscribe button. If you think more people should see this video, hit the like button, and YouTube will show it to more people. That's all I got for you guys today, guys. Thanks for watching.